Welcome back to another episode of On a Mission. I'm your host, Dr. Wendy Norfleet with Norfleet Integrated Solutions, and it is my pleasure to have with me today Terrell Duckworth, an independent agent of Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated. Welcome, Terrell.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for having me.
I know it's a mouthful.
But you made it through. Without being an agent, you did it smooth.
Okay, thank you. And I met Terrell at a wonderful event by TD Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave so much good information. I said, okay, I definitely got to have a talk with him again.
Let's do it.
So, Terrell, tell us a little bit about you and how you got into this line of business.
So I actually got started more or less from the networking side. A gentleman approached me. He was trying to get his customer base up, and he didn't know whether I was going to do it or not, and that's how I started. But when I started looking into it, I realized they offer more than just the personal plan, right? And I realized they offer stuff for small business owners. And I thought to myself, small business owners, they already got what they need. And lo and behold, as I did my research and talking to different small business owners, I realized they sometimes were overpaying and they didn't know where to turn and they want to pay the full price. And we got a way to discount it. So that's why a lot of them tend to listen to the message we try to bring to them.
Okay. And that's what caught my eye, because when I first started out, S Corps, I needed someone to make sure my paperwork, because you have to do a little charter thing. It's not hard, but I wanted to make sure I have this fear of going to jail. and so when I was pricing attorneys, they were crazy. And thankfully, we still had the law center where you get free services there, the clinic, the law clinic.
Right.
And so somebody told me to go there, but they're closed now. So now it's like, okay, trying to find some legal service.
Right. Yeah.
Especially because I don't really do a whole lot. I do some proposals, contracts. And I want to make sure those are, protecting me.
Exactly.
And, occasionally I need somebody to read something before I sign it.
Yes, Wendy. Look, I tell you, in fact, one of the stories I shared is a testimony. One of my members was moving from one location to another location. She had a real estate agent, found it a great place. And the real estate agent was trying to push her into signing this lease. And she said, just sign it. And then next thing you know, she said, okay, I'm going to read it over. Well, thankfully, she took my advice, used the membership. She sent it to the law firm. That had to do 72 business hours. And I always share with people, there are other lawyers will review with 72 business hours, but ours are contracted and guaranteed to review within 72 business hours. And that's important for a small business owner.
It is, because sometimes the turnover, we don't have the luxury of larger businesses waiting. We'll get back with you in a couple of weeks.
Right. Yeah. Right. And so that's where we thrive at, right? What we provide. That's the difference between us and just getting somebody on the street or you don't have a relationship with. So when she did that, she sent it to the law firm. They found 4 mistakes in that contract.
Wow.
And think about it as a small business owner, what that would have meant. We're trying to save every dime. And so the most important part is the consultation costs nothing. The review costs nothing. The conversation didn't cost anything because they don't focus on charging by the hour. We charge by the month. And so it takes away that fear of, well, do I call about this issue or do I call about that issue, right? Especially if you have a attorney on retainer, let's say for $3,000. Well, guess what? Now you're trying to figure out which question to ask that attorney. Where do I spend my money at? With us, you don't even worry about it. Costs many times you want in a month, as long as you're a member.
Okay. Wow. All right. And so, when we were at this event, that an attorney is one of those 4 components every small businesses need.
Right.
And they may not think they need it.
That's right.
But they usually do.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I know I told somebody, I was laughing at somebody. I said, okay, first of all, I had my CPA before I even started the company because she's my registered agent. And I don't have that much money, but the little I have, I need to keep.
That's
okay?
right. That's right.
I tell people that all the time. I say, I have my banker. I'm actually meeting her tomorrow for coffee so she can tell me what I need to do.
Okay.
Right? And so I am looking for another legal thing now since I lost my other one. So
okay. Hey, we're going to definitely continue that conversation so you can see everything involved. And what I love about this is the way our plans, where I do my presentation when I sit down with a small business owner, is we have at least 3 main things we offer small business owner. There's a 4th, but there's 3 main ones we offer. And what I do is instead of just saying, hey, let me just pick the highest ones so I can get the highest commission. No, I go through and see and circle which ones feel like it fits you best. And based upon that, now you know where you want to spend your money.
Okay.
Because I look at it this way. If I can get you the most maximum amount of information in your hands and you spend the least amount of money, number one, you'll keep it and you'll recommend it to other people. because that's really what I'm looking for. I'm trying to go from one person to the next person to help as many people as I can in the community, not pay full price, because you don't have to.
Okay.
There's other options.
That is great. And I know we focus on small businesses, but I know you also do personal.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure people know that. 'Cause I'm selfish today. I'm talking about small business, but I want to give a shout out that you do personal.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And let me say this real quick before we do switch. There's 3 things, and if you want to know more, obviously sit down with me. We definitely help with contracts, like I already mentioned, right? Debt collection. Some small business owners are dealing with vendors, and they're having trouble collecting that debt, right? Okay. And the way that we do it, it doesn't cost you anything extra outside the membership when the attorney collects the money. So if they're going to collect $500, most companies take a percentage of that. Legal Shield collects 0. Okay. And so I think that's so huge. And then trial defense, because if you're a small business owner, everybody thinks you got money, right? Right. So everybody wants to trip over something, slip on something. Well, we even have a extra additional coverage that will provide you trial hours in case somebody tries to sue you. So now you can relax easy and focus on running your business.
Wow, that is great.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, not personal.
You told us a lot of stuff.
Okay.
All right. And I am so glad, and I'll be reaching out because I do have some other questions. But if people are interested in, if small businesses are listening to this and they want have questions, or somebody personal, how do they reach out to you?
So I will definitely provide my information to you. I have my website, but it's kind of long.
Okay. So do you have an email address?
I do.
That you can share?
That is perfect.
Okay.
It is Duckworth, D as in David, UCKWORTH. So Duckworth29@gmail.com.
Okay.
That's my email address.
Okay. And then when I push this out on social media, I'll also do your website.
Yes.
So that way they can click on it.
Yes. Okay. I've talked about it. I thought about implementing and adding in GoDaddy to kind of shrink it down because we have to use our corporate main website. But I've thought about shrinking it down. But I will say this on the personal, one of the first things I ask is, when's the last time you updated your will? Right? And they say in the community, 7 out of 10 Americans don't have one. And in minority community, it's 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Why
I believe
we
that.
last?
I believe that.
Why?
I believe that.
There's so much more we offer on the personal side, but I love it. It saved me so many countless times. In fact, my wife, when she used it, there was a company trying to hold our laptops for hostage. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they said, hey, well, they were supposed to give her $300, $100 per laptop. Well, they only give her $40 back. And they said, tough, deal with it. You were in Virginia, we're in Las Vegas. We was in the military at the time, both of us. And we're like, what is going on? You do this to military members? But because we had access to this service, the attorney answered the phone, wrote a phone call, wrote a letter to that company, right? I'm not going to send a number on this TV channel to save face. However, remember as the manager said they want to talk to her? The CEO called my wife and said, man, we had some kind of misunderstanding. How would you like that $260 deposit in your account?
Yeah.
Look at
when
that.
When you feel that you're not being represented, sometimes they'll ignore you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you add an attorney, you get to the decision maker.
Right.
Most people talk to a manager at a company. They don't make the decisions. Our attorneys get to the decision maker, which is why it's so effective when our attorneys write a letter on your behalf. So, yeah.
That is great. And I really appreciate you coming on and sharing this information.
Yes.
And I will definitely, when I post this, put your website. But thank you so much.
Wendy, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Terrell.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. And to learn more about Terrell Duckworth and Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated, please, I'm going to give it to you this one more time. It's Duckworth29@gmail.com.
Excellent.
Okay, I remembered it. All right. And we'll see you next time on Buzz TV.